Woo! It's bench day, baby. Get it. Oh sh! What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of this crazy lifestyle overhaul series that we are doing. I think that's what I'm going to title it, is just lifestyle overhaul series. So, um, we're making small changes to elicit big results, slowly, just gradually putting little practices and little healthy habits in place to try to become a better version of myself, become a healthier version of myself. So that is what the plan is. And today I wanted to just go over my bench press routine. So today is a push day. I'm not going to show you the whole push workout. I'm just going to show you what I do for bench because I think it's kind of interesting. It's probably, I will preface this with saying this is not the optimal way to get stronger on bench. Um, Really not the best way at all. I don't know why I am training this way, but it's just been honestly a lot of fun for me and it's felt really good. That being said, the bench is kind of like a whole separate workout from the rest of the push day. So like I don't just do this for chest for the push day. I do other exercises on top of this for additional volume. So when you see the low reps and stuff, there is more work being done. However, for this, I just find that I really like doing this one at a lower rep range, and I do some things that might look a little odd, but um, I find they've been kind of helping me with just building up that strength. So I'm gonna just kind of break those down for you, and just have a little quick talk before each set to just kind of let you know what it is that I'm doing during this. So first things first, what I usually will do is I'll do some type of warm up in terms of like I'll just grab some resistance bands and just do some pull aparts. I'll do some rotator cuff stuff. I don't do a ton of it because honestly I find doing that before it, even though like a lot of people think that it like loosens up the muscles and it gets them ready to go, I find that I tend to get too inflamed when I do too much rotator cuff stuff because I've always had issues with my shoulders in the past. So I try to do as little as possible and then I just hit some warm up sets. So, I mean, I usually will start with the bar. I didn't show that one because who wants to see me just benching a bar? But we got a 45 on each side. So this is still a warm up set, and I kind of just slowly just work my way up in weight. So we're gonna hit 135, and as you're gonna see, I'm literally gonna do 5 reps with this, and that is going to be it for the warm up set. So that being said, I'm gonna get this done, and then we'll move on to the next set. All right. So when I do my warm ups, I want to position myself the exact same way I would for all of my heavier lifts. So same grip, find your grip and stick with it. And then I like to wind myself up so my upper back is planted on the bench along with the back of my head. And then I just kind of bring my butt in a little bit, arch my back, get a nice arch going, plant my feet nice and flat on the ground, and then lift off. Here we go. Easy peasy. Okay, so on to the next warm-up set. So honestly, 135 for me feels so simple at this point. Before I used to do 135, 185, 225 in terms of my warm-ups and just climbing up. Now I tend to just go straight from the 135 to throwing another plate on there. So we go straight to 225. And again, it's going to be another. So For these warm-up sets, typically I aim for 5. However, I kind of gauge my strength and play with it. So sometimes I might only do like 3 reps, or I'll add in the 185. So I'll add in that extra set of warm-ups and I'll just do like a 3 repper. But I really just kind of play with it. Like, I don't want to burn myself out. However, with it only being 5 reps, it's usually not so bad. But again, so now we have 225 on the bar. For these warm-up sets, I move through them pretty quick. When it comes to the actual working sets, I should make sure that I'm in view here. When I do these warm-up sets, I move through them a little bit faster. And then once we get more so into the actual working weight, that's when I tend to take a lot longer breaks. So right now we're going to just jump right back into another warm-up set. And another 5. So feels nice and smooth. We're going to throw a little bit more weight on there, and then we're going to hit our working sets. So for this third warm-up set, what I'm going to do is I like to throw a 10 and a 5 on there. So we're doing a 15-pound increase on each side. So this set, we're going to be at 255. So typically this is going to be the last working set. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to aim for 5 reps. Sometimes, depending on how it feels, I'll drop down to like 275 and I'll just do 3 reps. And then that allows me to kind of gauge my actual working sets and see how much we're going to struggle with it. So still feeling, honestly, really good right now. So I didn't really have any issues with that 5 repper. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to do 275 on the bar. And we're just going to hit a 3 rep. And then that's going to kind of, based off of that effort, we're going to see what my actual working set's going to look like. And for the working sets, it's typically 3 reps between the 3 to 5 rep range. So typically, if I manage to hit 5 reps on one of these sets, then the next set, I'm going to increase my weight a little bit more. So really, on these working sets, I'm fighting to get to 5 reps. That's the ideal number that I want to get to, is 5 reps. And if I hit that, the reward is adding an extra 2.5 pounds on each side, 5 pounds on each side, depending on how easy I felt it was. And we just kind of climb up that way. But this is going to be the last warm-up set. All right, let's get set up. And so if you've noticed, each set, I try to do the exact same setup every single time. Just getting that habit of being in the right position for you, for your lift. That way, you're not going flying through these warm-up sets, and then you get to the actual working set and you're shifting too much, or you're trying to tweak your form a little bit. That's where I find injuries tend to happen. So we'll set up here, get the grip, heading back, and then we just kind of wind up the back, bring the butt in, plant it, feet are planted, up. And there's a 3. So typically, this is going to be my first actual working set. Since kind of starting to train this way, I've only done, I think, 1, maybe 2 push days where I'm putting a lot more emphasis on my chest on my bench day. So I usually start my first working set with 295. However, both times I was able to hit it with a 5. I'll have to look at my book, but yeah, usually I'll start with 295. So we're actually jumping up and starting with 305 instead. So that's going to be working set number 1. As you can see, I'm wearing elbow sleeves and I'm wearing wrist straps. I do wrist straps on my working sets just because I do have some aches and pains in my left wrist, as well as my left elbow is the main thing. But I've just decided to there are certain days where my elbows feel great. And usually when my elbow's feeling great, my wrist is feeling great. And on those days, I try to lift without using any type of sleeves, but lately we've been wearing the sleeves. Just as like really just a kind of a sister. It helps a lot in terms of just my mentality of feeling a little bit stronger with them. So we're gonna use them today because we're pushing it. But here is working set number 1. Like I said, the goal here is between 3 to 5 repetitions. Ideally, we'd be hitting 5 and then we'd increase. So set number 1 is done. I usually do 3 working sets like this. And usually I gradually climb it up. We went for a pretty big jump today. But I think for the most part, we'll be able to hit at least 3 reps for the other 2 sets. But on my previous workouts, I was hitting 295 for 5 reps. Both workouts I started with the same weight and I was consistently climbing. So this is like a great working weight. Those 5 reps were hard. They have me breathing heavy. So that's when I know it's at a good weight right now. We're going to leave the weight where it is for this next set. And then we'll gauge from there whether we want to increase or not. But I'm thinking we nailed the weight and this is going to be the working weight for all 3. Okay, so we're on to working set number 2. As you can see, exact same weight. It's going to be hopefully the exact same setup. And hopefully it goes nice and smooth and we hit 5. And hopefully that fan isn't too loud. I don't think it should be because I have my mic on, but I don't know. All right. And hopefully I don't, oh my God, that was a good snort. Hopefully I don't crush my mic. Here we go. And hopefully we didn't just tear a pec. Okay, and so just like that, we find out that we have another hurdle. So on that set, everything felt good. And then as I was pressing it, as I was bringing it all the way down, It felt like I could feel like the muscle fibers like overstretching. We managed to press it up fine, but I feel like I definitely have like a tear in there. I don't see any like immediate signs, but it's very tender. So I am going to take a break for the rest of today, and looks like we're going to be reevaluating again and trying to come up with a different plan. So maybe heavy isn't the best for me. I initially did think that it was feeling the best. I've never had any issues with that shoulder or that pec, so that was quite the surprise. Never experienced that, but I'm gonna call it here. So hopefully you like this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what I should do. I don't know. I don't even know what to do right now. Comment down below. I don't know. Anyway, subscribe, turn those notifications on so that you can figure out what we're going to do from this point. And I will see you in the next video.